Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Grab a beverage, sit back, and chill for a bit, bro, because today we're looking at one of the absolute most prolific builders in Web3 history, Austin Griffith. His story is basically a masterclass in failing forward until you completely change the game. But first, get this. To actually put this whole story together, the human creator of this explainer hired the Claude auto research agent to dig up all the dirt. Yeah, an AI agent literally pulled the receipts and did the research for us. Wild, right? Let's see what it found.
Let's start with a pre-crypto tinkerer ad.
Because honestly, before he ever touched a blockchain, Austin was already a god-tier tinkerer just making crazy stuff in his garage. Think about this resume. The sheer variety is insane. He gets his BS and master's in engineering from the University of Wyoming, building autonomous wall-navigating robots. Then he pivots to making a viral Facebook horse racing app in 2008 that gets thousands of users. And my personal favorite? A fully automated beer brewery right in his garage, entirely controlled by Linux machines and solenoids. The dude just intrinsically loves to build. Now, failing forward into Ethereum. His transition into crypto was definitely not a straight line to success. It was kind of a glorious, painful mess at first. It all starts to click in the summer of 2016. Austin does a presentation at work during a Bowtie Friday session, and while everyone else is obsessing over token prices and trying to get rich quick, he realizes something way deeper. He sees Ethereum as a giant global computer, a platform for running small, programmable apps. He basically saw the matrix, bro. That seeing the matrix doesn't mean you know how to dodge bullets right away. Then comes the abyss of early failures. In late 2017, he builds concurrence.io, which failed because, as he candidly admits, he just lacked the crypto economic expertise. Then he drops Clevis, a dev tool that didn't catch on because developers just didn't see it as a 10x improvement over existing frameworks like Truffle. And then he makes a decentralized sailing game called Gallius.io, and man, it literally got downvoted to oblivion on Reddit. Just brutal. It got so bad, he was grinding nights and weekends with zero traction, and the skepticism was heavy. It caused so much friction that his wife actually banned the word blockchain at home. It was officially off limits. He was feeling like a total outsider looking in, desperately wanting to go to DevCon but having zero idea how to gain any recognition for his efforts. Which brings us to the 8th Denver burner breakthrough. This is the ultimate underdog turning point, and it brilliantly illustrates why you just never stop tinkering. On a literal airplane flight to DevCon in 2018, he codes up the burner wallet. His whole design philosophy here was to completely remove the massive friction of seed phrases and gas fees for new users. You just scan a QR code on your phone, and boom, you have a Web 2-like wallet right in your browser. No downloads, no headache. And let's see how this builds into an absolute legend. At ETH Denver 2019, that burner wallet processed a massive $38,000 in food vendor payments. It was flawless. It became one of the most cited, legendary real-world crypto adoption stories ever from that era. People were actually using crypto to seamlessly buy food. Mind blown. Off the back of that massive success, he quits his job. He starts sustaining himself entirely on public goods funding through Gitcoin grants. It was so innovative that Vitalik Buterin himself officially dubbed Austin the Quadratic Freelancer. He was literally the first developer ever to fund his salary entirely through matched public donations. Such an incredible flex. Next up, building the builder ecosystem. Now that he's made it, what does he do? Does he launch a token and dip? No, bro. He spends the next several years aggressively removing friction for the next generation of builders. He builds clawd.eth to make dev setup instant, taking it from hours of frustration down to literally a single command, pulling in over 9,100 stars on GitHub. Then he creates Speedrun Ethereum, this awesome quest-based curriculum to teach newbies the ropes. And then he launches Build Guidle, streaming over 772 real ETH directly to devs just learning how to build. He's literally funding people to learn and ship. And finally, we'll briefly touch on the Claude era, because this brings us to his newest and arguably wildest frontier, autonomous AI infrastructure. In January 2026, Austin funds a wallet for an AI agent named Claude. Shortly after, a community member named CutterDegen launches a token for it. But note, 0 Claude tokens were ever sold by the team. Here is the kicker, though. This AI agent starts writing, testing, and deploying its own production dApps directly to mainnet. The AI is doing the unglamorous infrastructure setup completely automatically, acting as a massive extension of Austin's philosophy of removing all barriers to building. So, where does this go? The agent has spun up a marketplace called Left Claw Services, which is currently in beta and actively taking jobs to build and audit code. Will it see natural demand? Honestly, we might prudently speculate yes, it'll absolutely see demand upon official launch, purely based on Austin's legendary reputation, his deep ecosystem connections, and his absolute refusal to shill. If Austin is setting up the tools that the AI uses to build, people are for sure going to trust the output. All right, fast talk and chill disclaimers time, bro. We are not officially associated with Austin Griffith. AI hallucinates and makes mistakes, so don't blindly trust it. Do your own research, and absolutely none of this is financial advice. But looking at this entire journey, it really does leave you wondering, when all the infrastructure friction is finally gone, what are you going to build next?